For the third time in less than 3 calendar years, James Harden has gotten his wish and forced a trade out of his current situation. The trade ends 4 months' worth of rumors and provides an ugly end to the decade-long relationship between Harden and Sixers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey. Harden requested a trade in June, amid frustration with the lack of urgency from Morey to offer him a long-term contract. The subsequent months saw Harden call Morey a liar in a promotional appearance in China, resulting in a $100,000 fine, and then liken their relationship to a marriage while refusing to call Morey by name. News popped up in the overnight hours that the 76ers and Los Angeles Clippers had finally agreed to terms on the trade. The timing was unusual, but the result was something for which the Sixers had prepared. Today's video will be NBA players and analysts reacting to the James Harden trade to the Clippers. As people in and around the NBA woke up Tuesday morning, there was a series of James Harden trade reactions. Among the funniest might have been from Atlanta Hawks guard DeJounte Murray. The former All-Star was posting on social media about how he was having trouble sleeping that night. Murray might not have liked being up at that time, but it ended up working out for him. Because he couldn't sleep, he got to see a huge shift in the league happen in real time. Caught in the saga crossfire of it was now Clippers' ex-starting forward, Robert Covington. Oddly enough for Covington, it's a return to the team he spent most of his career on, the Philadelphia 76ers. Covington went on Instagram to show his reaction to the news, and for him, it's a moment to return to where it began. Even though Robert Covington didn't play anywhere near as much as he'd have liked to on the Clippers, he was still one of the better culture setters on the team that players will miss. D'Anthony Melton was in the middle of a very intense UFC video game when he received the notification on his phone. Then double-checked that the news was legitimate because nowadays there's so many fake accounts out there.
I didn't believe it. I had to go click on Woes, I had to make sure the followers and stuff matched up. So
one 76ers player that will miss Harden is Tyrese Maxey. Maxey said, "I texted James Harden telling him I love him and appreciate him. One thing that he really installed in me is confidence. He made me even more confident than I already was. He took me under his wing, taught me a lot of things." The move benefits Maxey the most, as he is now locked in as their point guard of the future. Before, Harden always had the ball in his hands, and that was taking away from what Maxey does best. The Sixers got rid of a significant problem in the locker room, while giving their young star the keys to the team. It will be interesting to see if the Sixers make any more moves to improve their roster this season. Draymond Green has shared his thoughts on the big move.
James Harden's a Clipper now. So what's your view of LA as a rival in the Western Conference?
When you put those names on paper, they'll be as good as any names you can put together. You're talking 4 first ballot Hall of Famers, 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP, a perennial All-Star. You can't put much else better on paper.
Green did have some concerns regarding this new super team, however.
They're also getting older, just like us. I think all of those guys are probably in year 14 or 15 or above. Kawhi's Clay year, so it's 13. And so health will be important as well.
The 33-year-old concluded by acknowledging that the Clippers do have solid pieces around their stars, which makes them a formidable opponent.
And even around those guys, they still got Zubac, they still got Norman Powell, still got Bones Highland. And then they also have an incredible coach in Ty Lue. So they'll be a team, a force to be reckoned with. You hope to get to the end and see everybody healthy and may the best man win.
While Green was showering a lot of respect to the Clippers, it also seemed as if the 4-time All-Star was trying to convey the point that it's all just on paper for now. We haven't seen them in action just yet. Along with Harden, the Sixers sent P.J. Tucker and Philip Petrusev to the Clippers in exchange for Marcus Morris Sr., Nick Batum, Robert Covington, K.J. Martin, and a slew of draft picks. Martin is the son of former NBA All-Star Kenyon Martin. The elder Martin was on an episode of Gil's Arena, and he was a bit emotional about his son being sent across the country to the Sixers in the deal.
Because I never dealt with it as a player, for one. Besides, it was about the money, but not 3 games into the season, or not, no shit like this. No, but it's having to wake your wife up and tell her this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, having to break this news to the little ones, they're excited when KJ come by. So it's that people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to put into words without being emotional about it.
Yeah.
No, but nah, that's a good thing, man. That's really a good thing. And I'm excited for him, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited for him, man. It's just, let's have to break that news to the little ones.
It's stuff like this that people don't necessarily think about when it comes to a big trade in the NBA. It can be an emotional time for almost everybody involved when a big move like this happens. As for the younger Martin, KG should be able to get an opportunity to thrive under coach Nick Nurse in Philadelphia, so it is a good thing for him. In the eyes of Charles Barkley, Philadelphia got better by letting go of Harden in exchange for depth pieces.
Well, it had to be done. He was not going to be welcomed back in Philly with open arms. The Sixers had to move on. I think it's a great trade for the Sixers. They got more depth on the bench, and now they can turn the team over to obviously Joel, but also Maxey. And I think the person who's going to benefit the most is Tobias Harris. So the Sixers, in my opinion, are just as good as they were last year, except they got more depth. But overall, that's a great trade for the Sixers.
The Clippers, on the other hand, have tremendous star power. But whether that translates to a championship is a different story if you ask Barkley.
Now, from the Clippers standpoint, I don't know. It's a very interesting mix of players and personalities. And Russell Westbrook needs the basketball. James Harden needs the basketball. So I think just to say just because they got talent on paper is going to work, because obviously Paul George and Kawhi, they're heck of a players. But, man, I think it's going to be a fascinating experiment how this thing work out for the Clippers.
Former player turned analyst Kendrick Perkins talked about who's the best team in the city of LA between the Los Angeles Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers after the news of James Harden being traded to the latter. When asked who's the team to beat in the Los Angeles basketball scene, he said that the Lakers have been outmatched time and time again by the Clippers.
The Clippers has owned the Los Angeles Lakers every time they match up. The Lakers do not match up well with the Clippers even before the James Harden trade. Now, I'm not saying it's a landslide, but I give the slight edge to the Clippers. If Kawhi would have been healthy last season, postseason, they would have beat Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. But you add a James Harden, I don't know how that's going to fit, but I think Ty Lue will figure it out.
In head-to-head matchups in the past 5 seasons, the Clippers are 13-2 against the Lakers. So while Lakers fans might not like Perkins' thoughts, he's not entirely wrong based on the win-loss record. There's no question the Clippers made the right decision. At this point in their careers, Harden is the far superior player and will be motivated with free agency lingering next summer. If healthy, the Clippers' trio of Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Harden ranks right behind the Phoenix Suns' Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal as theoretically the best in basketball. Some might even take a healthy version of Leonard, George, and Harden, given the former two's defensive prowess. That said, this isn't going to be a completely seamless transition. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.